So by the 27th, 29th of July, I have to finish coding the language interface, which I'm already done with, layout of the homepage, I'm also already done, linking the online database and the request section, I'm also done, coding the introduction page and also all common public interfaces, I'm done doing all of that. The last thing is just coding the administrator login interface, and that's very important because if I don't code that, then my database is going to become very weak and it can be hacked by anybody. And also if somebody decides to inspect Element, my website, they can get information of my database. And if I don't secure it, and if I don't give it an interface in which I can log in and authorize users, then it'll become a big mess, and I can't let that happen for my personal project because this project is not going to end over here. I want to take this to the DP, so that's the reason why I cannot mess it up. So that's basically why we need to ensure that we get some security rules, and that's basically what I'm going to do in these 10 days. I think today is 14th or 15th. It's 15th. So in these 14 days, like that's 2 weeks, it's going to be more than enough for me to ensure that I can get all of this done. But for now, all I wanted to do is just simply just bring in a quick show of what I've done so far. So I'm going to open up this mom to late thing twice and also open up the administrator twice. Now you see this is admin don't open, and the reason why it does that is because I thought of making it a local file, but then the thing is, if I do that, then that'll bring a very big issue in the authentication, because if I make it a local file, then that just means that anybody can edit and mess up my database, and we need to do this with the browser. So that's the reason why I'll have to get the authentication done, and I think I'd already planned for that. I just forgot because I didn't really look at this as the administrator login and authentication. So I'm also going to open up the administrator pane 2 times, so that I'm just going to show the viewer whatever this is. So let me just quickly go up here, and now here I'm just going to continue in English. Here I'm going to continue in Swahili, and now this is the administrator page. So you have to look at English requests for the English database and look at Swahili requests for the Swahili database. So I'm going to open up the English one here, and I'm going to open up the Swahili one here. So we have brought raw data, and this is just depending on the language. You can check that out from here. Okay, so in Montel Aid over here we've got a few changes. The first thing is that the About Us pages come at the top, and also this I'm gonna plan to do it in 2021. So this is next year, so I'm going to make an app next year. So basically right now here we have English requests and Swahili requests. Now when I select English requests, I get all the English data. So here we have English and English data. Now if I go to the administrator and confirm that this is English, and I go to the accepted list, here we have this data. Now I can choose to delete this and update this data, and as you can see it's gone. And if I decided to refresh this page, you can see that the English one is gone because I deleted that from the administrators. So you can do the same thing for Swahili. Now here we're going to check that out from here. Eventually I'm just going to code something over here in brackets which just specifies whether it's English or Swahili, but for now I'm not really going to work that hard on it. So we have these two, and if we go back right here, and if we just select Swahili data, which in this case is this one, so that's the main one. So I want to delete Swahili, for example. I'm just going to find Swahili, delete that, update it, and once I refresh this page, it's not going to be there anymore. There's no Swahili. So that's the data. Now the thing is that it's exactly the same. So even in Swahili data, if I refresh this, there's not going to be Swahili anymore, and in English data we'll only have English data, and that's exactly the same thing in these two tabs as well. So that's basically how it works. So now that is how the language interface works. Although I've given quite a big description over here about using Google Translate, in which the language interface can be determined by the language that the viewer is speaking in, but I can't do that right now because I'm not finding codes, and I've researched like about 2 days for this one, because you might have noticed a lag in the process journal, and that's because I was really spending all of my time researching and I couldn't find anything. So that's basically the reason why. And I'm also going to troubleshoot this pretty soon, but maybe not by the time I finish the personal project, because if I do it by that much time, I'll have to code another database, which is just another thing on its own, and it took me 2 months to code this one. So you can probably imagine how long it'll take. So now here this is 666 because I don't know what the number is, and credit card I also don't know what the number is. But so now here the user can go down over here and just click on ask for help, and now as you can see this is in English. Now I'm going to do exactly the same thing, go down and ask for help, but this is in Swahili. And now here we're going to write Swahili sample, and let me just, I don't know why I'm not able to spell so well, and my title is going to be Swahili title. I'm going to give a random phone number. I'm just going to copy Swahili sample and just simply paste it everywhere. Okay, we're going to send this. We're going to get this message, and once I select OK, the button goes missing because I can only send one request. And after that, all I'm going to do is just go back and simply wait, because I already said that you might have to wait literally in the description. So if I go here, you can see that in the description I have that you have to wait. So you have to just give it a while so that the administrators can verify requests. So we do the same thing here. This time around, we're just going to make it English data, and I'm sick, and I'm just going to give a random phone number here. I'm going to copy this data and copy that and paste it, and we're going to send this request. And as you can see, we got exactly the same message, and also this please note whatever. Also the button disappeared. Now we can choose to go back. And now the main thing is that once I go to my raw data for English, we got the English data, because as you can see this is English, and once I go to my raw data for Swahili, we got this as Swahili. Now I can choose to delete or accept it. I'm going to accept it, and all I have to do is just simply copy it and paste it manually. And the reason why I'm doing this, because many people have asked me why exactly I made it this way, is because eventually I'm going to get one to translate. So that will be the administrators translating things both in English and Swahili, and then the user selecting whatever language they want, and whatever the language they want their requests to get translated in. So it doesn't make sense right now, maybe if you're not understanding what I'm saying, but if you are, then it'll pretty much make sense very soon. Although you must have realized the button didn't go because this is an administrator, and like they might have to accept multiple requests. And basically once I'm done with that, if I go to my process data, it's come right here. Now the thing is that if I go here, let's just get rid of the Swahili tab because I can't speak Swahili. And if we just got down over here and go to our Swahili requests, you can see that it came here. So that's how the database works, and that's how it's genuine. We're going to try that. We're going to try exactly the same thing, but this time around we're going to go for the English one. I'm going to accept that, copy it manually, and the reason why it's manual, I already explained that. So the idea is that we'll have a database that's going to interpret English and request in English, and then a request in English translated to Swahili, then a request in Swahili, then a request in Swahili translated to English, and then the user just randomly having to select whether they want something to get translated to their language. Now I think it is possible, if I really work very very hard, for me to code it in today's session, like in the personal project time, and I'm going to try to do that because nothing is impossible. And here we have the data, it's completely here. As you can see, it works. Now if we refresh this page, or just simply go to the English one right here, and as you can see here, it's gone. And also deleting works the same way. So let's just delete maybe this, update that, delete maybe this, and update that. And as you can see, once we refresh this page, then it works exactly the way it should. Also, these buttons obviously work. The picture one, I cannot find a way to code this, and there's a very very big reason, and if I explain that, I'll probably take like 10 minutes more, so I'm not going to explain that. I might explain that in another video, or if anybody questions me about why exactly it's not yet out, finding a way to help me, or like the patient, this is how you're supposed to do it. And we can go back, and the reason why I've not done third person yet is because I don't have any kind of code for that. So this, to call this number, you just have to press this, because that's the number the client fed in. And here, like, I'm using my FaceTime app to call this number, but I'm not really going to waste my money on that. But yeah, that's it, and that's how it works. Now exactly the same data is going to be clearly evident in the Swahili page as well. So let me quickly open up one last one and just show you exactly how the database works and how everything is completely genuine before leaving. So I'm just gonna close all my tabs real quick, and as you can see right here, Swahili data is in Maumbile Swahili, and in Maumbile Kiingereza we only get the English data. So that's it. So thank you for watching this video. I really hope you found out what exactly I was saying in my journal. And also, by the way, I got some new accounts, which is pretty cool, because now what that means is that in my basic database down over here, all of these are hyperlinked to these actual accounts. I don't know why I opened this, but let me just quickly get rid of it. Even this one, I'm gonna save that. So that's it, basically that's all. So yeah, thank you for watching. The video will be up here pretty soon, I think on July 15th, because it's already 12.